we have some Power Ranger news, and I've got to admit, I generally wasn't expecting to hear anything about the reboot like this early on. So what am I talking about? Let's jump into this video. Over on Twitter, Jinsaku posted some information about the upcoming reboot that is happening, and it sounds really cool. There's probably one thing that I would change in this, but we'll talk about that as we go along. So it says, breaking. Hasbro and Netflix is prioritizing Entwistle's work on concluding the Power Rangers script now that the WGA strike is over via Hasbro rep. It's also stated that work has started as soon as yesterday. So this was posted on the 4th of October. It's now the 6th. Hey, I'm late to the party, but hey, I'm talking about it. So it continues. The current state of the new series is the Edward Hill movie script has been tweaked and turned into a 2-episode, with a 3rd act cut to extend the series. Now, I've already talked about this with the Global Nerds. Go check their YouTube out, where we've talked about like the script. I think we had him on, the writer, and he dropped some information. But yeah, it's really, really cool. So it carries on. The current roster. Female Red, Green Ranger is the leader of the group, maybe Tommy. LGBTQ male Ranger, either blue or yellow. Colors are green, male, red, female, blue, male, yellow, male, pink, female. It was originally MMPR core colors, but later black got switched for green to make green the leader and the focus of the show. Next year is still set to be a hiatus year, but still expect casting and filming news. Also, there's a good chance E1 is still involved due to contract obligations before the Lionsgate acquisition. Now, if we kind of move down a little bit, it says here, also, during private conversations, Entwistle showed interest in wanting the suits to be similar to the 1995 movie or current Sentai King Oja. He's a fan of the more practical than CGI suits. Now, kind of given this, I think this is a really cool idea. Now, we know that this Green Ranger is going to be Tommy because on JDF's birthday, Jonathan tweeted out saying oh hey, happy birthday, you're going to be the main kind of focus on this, etc, etc. Now, while kind of thinking about this, I don't think this should be a thing, mainly because of the fact that I do feel like the show has always evolved around Tommy. So making him the leader again, to me, is just a bit if you're trying to reboot this entire universe. The fact is that you completely changed everything up, which is a really, really good thing. I just feel like if you're making this around Tommy, then why? Why is Tommy this main person? I know obviously he's a fan favorite, but you think that when you're coming up to a reboot that you want to completely change everything, and you don't want to kind of stick to the same old. You want to be something kind of fresh and new. That's how I kind of think about it anyway. Now, going back to the fact that the suits are going to be more looking like the 95 or King Oja, it's kind of weird that we may get something like King Oja right now. I generally would have just gone with, maybe MMPR designs, slightly change it up, or do something completely different than what we've got. Otherwise, to me, it just feels, I don't know. I think you could have really redone everything new and brand new rather than just go again and focus on MMPR. Yeah, you're changing up the kind of colors in this area right now, which is absolutely fine. But for me personally, I just kind of feel like you could have really done something completely different and changed stuff. But I'm going to talk about this much later on in another video. This is just generally a kind of oh, this is really cool. I really wanted to talk about it. So yeah, this will be dropping, I'm guessing probably maybe early or late 2025. I would probably say the late 2025, because it just makes so much sense to do that. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Are you excited about this Power Ranger reboot news? Just remember to take everything with a pinch of salt. And I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I appreciate you being here, just spending time on this video. So I'm going to leave it there. Check out the channel memberships, the Patreon, and the merch. Thank you very much, and I will catch you in the next video. I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimono Cat, Kira Sanada, Micah Baldwin, Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとう。チャンネル登録、高評価お願い。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができるよ。